Atomic in Vanguard is the final camo that you get in multiplayer and is easily the most annoying and most time consuming challenge in the game that will take years off your life to get. Now, if you know Call of Duty, you know there's always a final mastery camo that is usually the cream of the crop in the camo department, and as always, Vanguard has one in the form of Atomic. The best way I can honestly describe this camo is that it's like Damascus from Modern Warfare with different colors, and it moves. And to get this borderline recycled camo, you have to get every single gun besides DLC guns gold. And let me tell you, it is a lot of guns to get gold. But when it comes down to the actual process of getting the camo, it's like any other COD. You just run through the simple challenges and make your progress, and after a while, you'll get the camo. The only problem is that with Vanguard, for every single gun besides the pistols, you have to get it to level 70, and then you have to get the pistols to level 60. And to show you how insane that is, in normal CODs, usually it's only like 30 levels you need to get, or in a more recent game, in Cold War, from last year, you only needed to get to level 55 on every gun, which I thought was insane at the time. And let me tell you something, to get these guns to 70 is not a fun or easy task at all. If you grind out the game for a whole day, you might be able to get one gun to 70, but most of the time it's going to take you 2 days to get one gun leveled up fully, which just gives you access to the challenges you have to do. The actual challenges themselves are some of the most time consuming and tedious challenges I have honestly seen. So now not only are you waiting days to get your gun fully leveled up, but if you're doing these challenges as well, your progress is going to be even slower because of how tedious these challenges can be at times and how slow it is to get these challenges. And something to say is that these challenges aren't necessarily hard by any means, they are just annoying. And what I mean by that is that you of course have your standard challenges like kills, bloodthirsties, headshots, etc. Then you get to the annoying challenges that are like use X amount of attachments that are absolute garbage attachments and get a certain amount of kills, hip firing, or headshots, or whatever it might be. I mean, on the MP40, there is one challenge to get so many headshots, but the attachments you use lowers your damage, and I think it's the barrel, but that barrel, it gets rid of your headshot multiplier. And you might have never used a gun with no headshot multiplier, but let me tell you, it is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in Call of Duty. It just makes you so much weaker than everyone else that it's not fun at all, and it makes killing people 10 times harder. And that's only the MP40. Imagine that on every gun, but there's several categories of those dumb challenges like that. And now going on to a lighter note, the one thing that Vanguard really did knock out the park with his challenge though, was the fact that knives and grenade launchers have all of the challenges unlocked at the base level. Basically, you don't have to get your knife or launchers to level 40 or whatever it might be, you just get access to the challenges, which I love. Not only because it makes life much easier, but I always had an issue with getting these guns to such a high level for nothing in return besides access to get these challenges done. Now, with that being said, the launchers suck and are some of the hardest challenges out of any COD I have played. The main problem I honestly had with them is the score streak kills you have to get with almost every single launcher. It seems easy on paper, just the problem is that none of the launchers have the autolock system, which autolocks onto streaks, so you have to figure out how much you have to lead your shots and how high you have to put them to destroy these streaks, and you really can't screw it up because if you do, you lose out and you usually only get 2 shots in there, so you really have to be precise with that. And you also have to get 3 of them in one game, which is also annoying because it means you have to rely on the other team to call in these streaks, which is just it's just a headache a lot of the times. And now one thing I also want to mention as well is that during this entire process of getting the camo, I did not have a single ounce of fun at all because of how bad the guns you had to use were and how horrible the game can be at times. I've gotten the mastery camo for several CODs and even went so far as to get both the multiplayer and the zombies mastery camos in Cold War, and without a doubt, this was by far the most unfun and unrewarding grind I have ever done in Call of Duty. It's really only comparable to Modern Warfare 2019, and if you got Damascus in that game, chances are you know how unfun it is. Overall, I think that this camo challenge is not worth it in the slightest. It took me the longest out of any COD to get, and in 3 months, it will mean literally nothing with the release of Modern Warfare 2. The only reason I would see anyone going for this challenge is if they're already halfway done with the challenges and just want to knock it out. Other than that though, it will ruin your enjoyment of the game and it will burn you out pretty quickly. It really just brings to light how bad the game is. Throughout this entire video, I've been trying to figure out what I enjoyed about the grind and to give it some kind of light to it besides just thrashing it, but genuinely I cannot find anything I enjoyed. If the camo wasn't animated and I wasn't already halfway done with the challenges when I really went for this camo, I honestly would not have gone for it. The only redeeming factor I can see for this challenge is the fact that the camo is animated. That is about it. So hopefully with all of this, I got my point across that this challenge is absolutely not worth it at all. And it's also just not fun. Usually I can enjoy most of the challenges when I'm doing it, but I just could not with this challenge. The only thing that I find enjoyable besides the actual camo just moving is that the number of people that think I'm using some kind of unlock tool for the camo is quite a lot, because the amount of people that actually got the camo is so little that usually people just assume I hacked it. Really, that's about it. I know I just said the only thing I liked is that the camo's animated, but I won't lie, being called a hacker a lot is pretty fun as well, but genuinely that's about it. The exclusivity of the gun and the fact that it's animated. But hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Call of Duty content. But until the next time, see ya.